Welcome to News You Can Use, presented by Supreme Lending. News You Can Use offers timely information related to the housing and housing finance industry that we believe will benefit you and your customers. This is News You Can Use.
Welcome to News You Can Use, and we have some good news. First, we're almost there. COVID, it's almost a bad memory. Vaccines are available and the economy is reopening mostly. Jobs are growing and demand for everything is increasing again. That's good news. And there's really good news in housing. Last year, 2020, we were up 7%, one of the biggest years on record. Rates, they're still at generational lows, and the demand for housing continues to grow. This year, we're expecting 2021 to be up 6% in housing sales. There's other news, good news as well. Rates have created a record number of refinances. That's good news for you and your neighbors if you're refinancing because you're saving more money. I told you it was going to be good news today. But let's put some context to what's going on in housing finance. 1.7 trillion in 2018, 2.4 trillion in 2019, 4.4 trillion in 2020, and 4 trillion this year. So we have more than doubled the industry size at a time, well, let's just say in less than a year. Demand at an all-time high for mortgages is creating service challenges, and you know it, that's the news, in the mortgage industry and in the appraisal business. That demand in buying homes in combination with the lowest inventory ever is causing, well, pricing increases in housing. You know that too. 10% last year, 10% this year. Normally 3% year over year. This is all good news. And the good news is creating, well, some other news. The demand has made it difficult to get an appraisal and a mortgage soon, like normal. Let's start with appraisals. Demand for appraisals, it's up 125% in 1 year, and there's no new appraisers. Why? You can't add water and stir and get a new appraiser. It takes 3 years for them to go through the appraisal process. Appraisal timeframes, therefore, they are now taking 8 to 9 days. That doesn't count weekends. Those are days, so it's about 2 weeks. That's up from 3 to 4 days just a year ago. You're experiencing this. And housing demand, driving housing pricing, 10%. Well, that's causing appraisers to come up short on value. A year ago, 2% of the time they were coming up short. Today, 9%. This news is causing you to tighten appraiser contingencies, the timing on the contracts, or even eliminate them. It's all good news that's creating this news, and that's why we do News You Can Use, to help you. What can you do about the appraisal dilemma and the mortgage service dilemma? Let's start with appraisals. What you can do. When the ink gets dry on the contract, well, actually, when DocuSign is finished, get the customer immediately that day, that night, I don't care what time it is, to call Supreme. Why? Because we need to order the appraisal. Second thing you need to do, take the call from the appraiser. Make sure you're looking for the call. Take the call. Be available and meet the appraiser with the best comparables possible. And when he gets there or she gets there, be nice. Be really nice, because the value might be affiliated with you being nice. Prepare buyers and sellers for the possibility 9% of the time that it could come in short. Okay, what can we do? We can waive the ITP. You don't know what an ITP is? Here's some news. ITP is intent to proceed. We cannot charge a borrower until we get it signed. We're waiving it. We're going to order the appraisal without money. Crazy? Yes, but it's good news that we do that because it saves you a day or two. We're going to pay more to our appraisers. We've been doing that. We're going to close on verbals if we need to with appraisers, sometimes without them altogether. That's crazy news, but it's good news. And fourth, we're going to use our leverage with the appraisal community because we're going to be around because we do a lot of purchases long term and they know that the refinance market will go away. We're using our leverage. And finally, we're going to be nice too. We all need to be nice to appraisers. All right, let's talk about mortgages. Start with Supreme. The industry last month took 53 days on average to do a purchase transaction. We took 23 days. If you want to get a contract with a seller, we can do it 23 days or faster. We did 21% of our mortgages last month in less than 15 days. The news is good, all of it, especially if you start with Supreme.